there any questions that you want to ask us?
Yeah, sure. How's the football team at Elmwood? No, I was kidding. No, it's, I have some. Yeah, exactly. I'm a Calvin supporter, as you may have heard. I don't know. I think you have a pretty good school community, a very active school community, I can say more specifically. So how have you found that that's impacted your learning here and your time as students?
I wish that more things and more supports and programs about indigenous culture would have come around when I was younger, like more in 9th grade instead of 12th, because as I'm graduating, I'm finding that more stuff is coming out, and I wish I had that. But I'm happy for the future generations to have that.
Yeah. And maybe you can help give back in the future as a graduate, eh?
That's what I plan to do. I plan to take my career and give back to my community.
That's great.
Yeah, we have, like we were speaking of earlier, we have our Indigenous Studies class, but that just became a thing. I think it was like last year, and we weren't able to take it because we were in grade 11.
Yeah,
and it's for grade 12.
It's a requirement of grade 12.
Oh, okay.
So building off of what she said, I as well wish that was something that we had an opportunity to take way before. And I think that like when we like talk about the Indigenous peoples and the history and stuff, I'm grateful that we are given at least one opportunity to attend a class like that, to have a chance to learn more than what you were just told when like beforehand. Because I feel when a lot of schools or certain educators teach about Indigenous peoples, the main thing that they teach is like the residential schools,
right,
and the negative side of the history and stuff. But I'm grateful that we have a class like that where we can speak more
really
about the positive,
dive into the issues and the community.
And it's not just all revolved around, the negative side of things, but also positive outcomes and more things that we can learn. And it helps us want to advocate for a change. And I think it's a good thing, yeah.
And what would you say, because I think that's really important, like the positive side. So what would you say to a non-Indigenous student at Elmwood to get them to take that course?
I would say that I feel that there are a lot of non-Indigenous youth who are interested. And I think that with Indigenous culture, it's an open door, like you said. It's welcome for anybody, and I think that it's a good thing for non-Indigenous people to learn more about the culture. And because I feel when we're talking about like stereotypes, there's a lot stigmas and stuff like that, and racism. A lot of that is what people think of when you speak about Indigenous peoples. And I think that if non-Indigenous youth, especially because it's good to start early on, I think that if they take classes like that and they gain that knowledge, that can help lower the case of stereotypes that are given to our communities. And I think if you want to learn something, I mean, go ahead. Like, I feel like a lot of non-Indigenous youth feel like learning about the culture is meant for people who come from it and are part of it. But like, it's for everyone.
It's definitely open to anyone.
I think it's good that our non-Indigenous youth learn more about it, because it's the roots of Canada, like you said. And I think it's very important to learn the history of where you come from. And it all started with Indigenous people, so I think it's very important.
Right on.
So if you're listening and you're not Indigenous, take Indigenous Studies. Thank you.